Morning everyone, welcome back. The rain didn't come last night, but it is on its way today. So I've got myself the top of my flashing light. We're about to run a sample. Okay, so the decision for last night, we finished that bag over there and we called it a night. The reason I called it a night was because it just, the rain had changed. I think I said in the last video, it was saying 6 o'clock in the morning was what it was going to be a couple days ago, and then it turned to 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and then 8 o'clock in the afternoon, well, evening. Well, by last night that had all changed, so it was coming at 6 o'clock again this morning, possibly even midnight last night. Rain never came, and that stuff there is definitely wet and has gone north of us, which is good. Not so good for the other people, but you know, good for us in this, you know, in the fact that we didn't get the rain. So last night, I think I've just screwed the screen up. No, I didn't. So last night, what I did was we finished that bag, and then I just called it then instead of keeping on going, because it was so cold and it looked like it was going to rain, and what I didn't want was a bag to be open and get 20-30 mils of rain on it. Now the rain didn't come, so I'm going to go and do a sample now and see if it's even worth us getting going this morning, and we'll chuck another bag on, and if the moisture's right, we will then just keep going. We'll keep going until we fill that next bag, which on a solo header should take about 6 hours, 6 or 7 hours, something like that. So we should hopefully have Henry's header, if after we've got the parts, up and running by, I'd say, about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at the latest. So that'll be able to help out for the last hour or two. So yeah, we're gonna go and do this sample right now. If it's good, then we put a bag on and we get going. She's cold. It's terminator belt slipping because we went high on the engine load. We'll probably get to up here where this cut is here. Gives us enough time to see what this thing's doing. We're at 12.6 at the moment, 12.7. 5.2 tonne, that's quite nice. 13%, we are increasing. I think there's a chance that we'll be able to just quickly grab the fuel trailer, fill this thing up, get going. Moisture is 13.4, so 13.5 is deliverable, especially for the grade that we are going. So we will just get going. Only problem is, it's an hour till the boys all rock up. So anyway, we will go grab the fuel trailer right now and then go and get the header fueled up so it's ready to go. And yeah, wait for the boys to get here. The thing with farming, and also any decision you make in your life, it's important to not doubt yourself on the decision that you made previous. It's so easy, especially, you know, in my situation, farming, to start doubting myself on why did I pull up last night? You know, why did I pull up? We could have had half a bag already done, another 30, 40 hectares covered, and then still be able to go this morning and keep going. But then you need to remind yourself of, like, when I made that decision, I was looking at the weather apps, I was looking at the radars, I was looking at the ground conditions, how cold it was, and at the time I made the best possible decision that could be made. You know, I didn't want to have the bag open with 30 mils of rain going on top of the bag. Yeah, you can open the chute on it, but you're still going to get moisture into the bag. So that obviously didn't happen, and it's very easy for me to go, oh God, like, why didn't I just keep going? But yeah, it's important not to do that to yourself, because like I just said, at the time I made the best decision possible for the outcome. You know, I've got rid of all the grain down at the field bins because I didn't want any grain left in there for when it rained. I only wanted a bag so that we had dry grain for seed, and we, at least we're still going and we're not worrying about the trucks having to try and get the grain out. And then, yeah, made a decision to pull up last night. Hindsight, could have kept going, but at the time, it wasn't the decision. You know, it looked like it was going to rain and we were going to be waking up to 5 mils this morning. So it's always important just to remember that, you know, don't doubt the decision you made, because when you made the decision, you had the best. I can't even think of the word. You had the best, buddy. You made the best decision possible at the time because that was what was available to you. Rightio, what we're doing is, you can see I'm in the header. It's 6:30 at the moment. Obviously we're fueled. Sean's rocked up, so he's gonna run the chaser for me, and we're gonna just get going so that when the boys get here with the bag, we can have a full chaser ready to go to start that bag. It's much easier if you've got a lot of people around when the bag has been started. So we're going to do that, and then when George gets out here, he'll just swap with me and we'll just continue on like normal. But yeah, this is what we're doing at the moment. Nice to be in the header. At the moment it's throwing everything out the back. I'm not sure why, but that's what the sensors are telling me. But it's looking very nice out here at the moment. So we're coming in at, oh, there we go, 6 tonne. That's nice. The concave is tightening up, probably because we're getting a lot of rotor loss, and it's just due to how cold it is in the morning. You know, everything's just so chewy and thick. I've got this on the Harvest Smart, so it's set at 4.5 k's an hour. Well, actually the max is set at 10. It's only allowing me to go 4.5 k's an hour. So just let the machine warm up a little bit. The day, once it warms up, will be a lot easier. We'll be able to just power on through. But you guys probably can't see the chaff out the back through the mirror, but it is quite a mat out the back, which is sort of one of the reasons why I pulled Henry up last night as well, just because what it looked like out the back. Anyway, we made the right decision at the time. So with the camera on, it's just cleared the tailings at the moment. The tailings has dropped right down. It did have a fair bit of wheat in there, which I noticed. If we go into our grain, our sample there is looking really nice. There's no cracked grains in there. There's a little bit of like chaff in there, but that's all right. Oh, there's a few cracks just coming in there now. Turn that on, maybe it'll let us know. There we go. Unthreshed, light, but no broken ones, which is good. So have a look at our tailings. We're getting a little bit of wheat in there, and that's what we want to see, is the whiteheads, the chaff, because that stuff obviously needs to be processed again and hopefully come through. But yeah, very handy having this. It's definitely the way forward on your machines. You know, to let the computers do it all and make it better.
Would you like to do 5 or 5.5 this morning?
5 would be good. So that right there is what we're racing against, and my hope is that it just keeps on drifting north and south. I mean, it splits us during the year, why doesn't it split us now? That's the hope. Looking on the radar this morning, that's exactly what happened. It basically all went north. We have had a few spots on the windows though, but I hope that they stay away. Going to top him up at the end of the run, and he can go and start the bag, and I can see that George is already parked up at the end of the run there, and we will swap and he will jump in here and just keep on going up and down. Now this is a time that you'd love to have an X9, just the rotor loss is still through the roof just because of how cold it is. So I'm only sitting on 5 k's now, but yeah, the X9's just be able to process this and just off they go. Also, it would be handy to have 2 headers. You know, we could have 2 headers going up and down here and be doubling our production, because at the moment we're doing 33 tonne an hour. I think yesterday they're up around that 40 something, 40, 45. But yeah, we can only do what we can only do. George has just taken over and we annoyingly got drizzle on the window. Again, I made the best decision I could at the time. It didn't look like it was going to rain for a little bit longer. So what we're doing, the bags are ready to go. We've got one chaser with 2 loads in it and he's just up there and he's going to wait. I'm sending out the other chaser bin now and we will see if by the time he's full, got his 2 loads in, what the weather's doing. If the weather's looking like it's improving, as in we're not going to keep getting this drizzle on our windows, then we will just keep going. But if this drizzle does sort of continue falling, then what we'll do is we'll take those 2 back to the shed and we'll park them in the shed, either in the fert shed or just in the bays, just wherever. We'll park them there, and then that means that it'll all be out of the rain. You know, we wouldn't have started that next bag. So yeah, it's just all we can do. It's just the decisions that we can make at the time with what we've got, you know, the knowledge that we've got. So that's what we're doing. Well, you can see I made the decision just to bag it and go for it. It's such a difficult decision to make. The misty drizzle seems to have stopped on our windows for now. And when we look at the radar, the big cloud that I'd said gone north of us, we'd obviously just got the slightest edge of it. Then the rest of it doesn't look like it could happen until 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock or 5 o'clock tonight. It's so inconsistent to try and guess. We're just going. The moisture has probably come up. Well, I don't know. The moisture was 13.4 when we started. The header was saying 14, so it could be coming down. I doubt it would be. It's very cold, but I'll just deal with it later on. Yeah, hopefully I will get some good news in, well, it's nearly 8 o'clock now, so I'll get a good news in a little bit from AFGRI saying that they've got the part, they're on their way out. So fingers crossed on that one. But yeah, I'm just going to head back and go and fill this fuel trailer up. I need to order fuel as well because we're nearly out of fuel. And yeah, we will just sit tight basically. Okay, AFGRI are nearly out here with the part, so that's good. But Henry and I are just trying to locate a grain hole, a leak somewhere. So when Henry put up in the paddock, when he had this issue, there was a bit of grain on the ground, basically looked like that. On the ground, there's a bit of a pile, and we're trying to figure out where it's come from. Now, if we look in here at our cleaning fan, so this is the big fan that blows everything. You can see we've got a lot of grain in here, and it's on this side, and it's all clean grain. We're now just trying to find where it's come from, because there shouldn't be grain in there to start off with. My guess is it's falling down somehow and it's sucking in. That would be the only guess, because we can't see a hole, but we also can't see where it's coming from here either. So
when I had that little bit of canola leaking, it was leaking
up there, wasn't it?
There.
I wouldn't think that would go forward enough.
Yeah, that's what I would say. I don't know if it's forward into the fan though.
So thankfully we've got the AFGRI mechanics coming out, so we'll quiz them about it and see what they reckon, and yeah, we'll then work out where this is coming from, because it's a fair bit of grain that we're losing. Henry's operational, he's just driving out now, and we're going to go and just make sure it's all working. We can't find where this leak's come from though. We've taken, like us with AFGRI, we opened the lid up, we took the bubble up auger down, we took the covers off, and we cannot find for the life of us where this grain's coming from, because it's a lot of grain, and it's all clean grain. So yeah, we have no clue, no idea. Anyway, Henry's about to harvest from the shed here up, So we're going to stop and just check, see how it's going, and then he'll go out, join George, and we'll keep on smashing hectares. We're here at Henry's header. I'm going to get him to go forward again and stop, and I'm going to watch it while it's going because you can't see anything here. Might have been a bit noisy there. So Henry pulled up and then reversed up and then turned off, and then we ended up with the piles on the ground, and I can't see where it's come from, and I can't quickly see where any grain's leaking from. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to shoot up here, and then I'll stand out in the paddock, and then he'll come past me, and then when he stops and pulls up, I'll quickly run across, have a look underneath the whole machine and see if I can see anything falling down, and that is what we're looking for. Couldn't see a single thing at all. The one thing that was falling off that we saw when he stopped before was just the chaff from the Terminator. That had fallen down, so that's completely fine. Couldn't see, and you guys saw as well, couldn't see anything just dripping. I was expecting to see something gushing out with the amount of grain we got there. So I don't know, I think we'll just leave it like that. He's going to check it periodically throughout the day, and we'll just go from there. Do you want to know it's fantastic about having an extra person?
Drive the bag.
I don't have to drive the bagger.
Very relaxing day for me.
Well, yeah, I'm now next to you with the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's quite nice. I've got all my messages coming.
Anyway, I've popped out here because Isaac was lonely and wanted someone to talk to.
Yeah.
And well, mainly he wanted more of my gear to check the tyres. The tyres on these things are getting a little doughy, and we are nearly, what are we? Nearly done this bag, hey?
7.5.
5.
Don't trust.
7. Yeah. 7 more folds. So the next chaser that comes in, so we'll pump them up to 30. The next chaser that comes in will be very close to filling this bag, and then we'll look at the radar and just have a look, and then yeah, probably continue on and keep on charging. So we got some time, and I know that you guys have been wanting to meet the guys, but it's not what they've come here for. They're here to work, not for their 15 minutes of fame, but we got our time. So where are you from, Isaac?
Yeah, so I'm from New Zealand. I come from a dairy farm. It's 250 hectares, so
a little bit
just
small.
a little bit smaller than this farm, but yeah, no, so I've grown up on a dairy farm and just always been into cropping, so
yeah, saw the light.
Sort of like, well, you're sort of showing me the dark side of this.
You came over as a chaser driver and I showed you the header.
And you also showed me all the breakdowns. But
yes,
anyway.
yeah.
Yeah, so I did a harvest at the start of this year in New Zealand. On a, I was just moving bales around and
oh yeah, yep.
driving trucks every now and again and things like that.
Yep.
That farm was 1,000 hectares, so it's still quite a lot bigger than the farm I'm used to, but they had 16 different crops.
Jeez.
So they did a lot of just like grasses.
Yeah, yep.
All these funny little crops.
Yep.
And then yeah, I came over to Aussie. I was on a different farm up at Geraldton, driving a seeder up there.
Yep.
Yeah, on a very similar size, 4,500 hectare farm. And then I was going to go back there for harvest, but they had a full-time crew and they were quite small. For harvest I only did one chaser and one header. So yeah, flicked John a message and
contacted me, yeah.
Here I am.
Through, it was either through Instagram or YouTube you'd seen and that's how you.
I actually can't remember
Yeah.
what one it was, but yeah.
But
that's
yeah,
one of
so there is a hope for the people out there that want to come and work
There
on
you
this
go.
farm. You got to be pretty qualified though. He's only 18, but he's pretty qualified. he can now drive a header, so
Yeah. I'm checking my CV off slowly.
he won't come back now because the two-header driver positions are
Yeah,
solidly,
filled, so that's
solidly
it.
filled.
One and done.
There's a bagger.
Oh, yeah. Maybe.
No. Well, we're gonna have the next chaser come in soon, so we'll see about changing this bag because it is starting to. I'm starting to get a few drips of rain. So while we got Wi-Fi, we'll check the.
How exciting.
Not for your Tinder. We'll check the weather and see what it's going to do. We've looked at the radar. We had one fold left there, so we're just pulling that off. We looked at the radar, and it's so difficult to just try and judge. There's obviously there's a lot up in Merredin at the moment, and there's one that's just sort of past Lake King, which will get to us within the hour, which. That one will potentially stop us. At the moment, we're getting drips on our windows, similar to this morning, not as heavy or consistent. But yeah, we just decided we're gonna just keep going. We'll just put this bag on and just keep going. At least we're still getting crop off, and yeah, that's the decision. We'll just put this next bag on, keep on rolling.
Hey, here's the center.
Yeah. Big lift. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you haven't got another block of wood. Normally we have a block of wood that we seal the bag up with. We go along the whole back edge, seal it, roll it, do it like that. But we forgot to bring a block of wood up. It happens more than you'd think. I forgot, when we're down in Hattons. So luckily these bags come with a few goodies. I'll show you what they come with. They come with, I think, 4 big long zip ties. So they come with 4 big long zip ties. They come with a bag cutter, which is useless. They come with a texter, which is good. This is the scale meter, so I'll show you that in a sec. They come with silo tape and rope, and that silo tape, it's plastic tape for when someone hits the bag, cuts the bag. You just put that on there, that lasts for ages. So I'm just going to stand on the bag here, because if you don't, what happens, because we fold the tail underneath on both this and the wood, if you don't, the force of the grain actually just unfolds it all and pushes it all out. So you've got to stand here just so that it locks it in place. And then you try and get it nice and pretty, although it's not going to be too pretty because we started it, because we've done the kangaroo tails. The kangaroo tails are never a pretty start to the bag, but that's all right. We're able to get going. So as I have explained before, that bagger there, you use the brakes on the front, and then that determines how full you fill your bag. Now these lines on the side here are stretch marks, and that's what this is for. So you line it up on your bottom there, and then you go to your top, and you can see that we are in the OK line. With wheat is such a slippery little bastard. At barley, you can stack it nice and tall in a bin, everything like that. Barley stacks well, and in a bag it does exactly that, and you get really big, really fat bags. So we only run the bag at 90 psi on the brakes, because you end up in this okay to stop zone very, very quickly. With wheat, we started at 100 because we're going downhill, and we were about there on our meter. So then we put it up to 110 and we got to there, and then now we're just into the okay. And the reason is because it's wheat, it doesn't go as high. So a barley bag, so this is wheat, barley would probably be about here, which really stretches this down here. The wheat it's just what wheat does. It's wheat's characteristic. It just spreads out instead of stacking. But I can tell that there's a storm coming. The flies are out in force. The wind's dropped out and it's getting very humid now. So the rain is coming. It's just a matter of when. I'm gonna go back to the shed now. I'll just grab some batteries because we need to seal this bag up now before we forget. And then that way this one is all good for when the rain comes. If the rain comes when we've got that bag still on the bagger, we just open up the hatch at the bottom, and that means that the water can just go straight through on that. Still not ideal, because the moisture still can go into the bag. That's why I've been trying to preference having full bags done. But yeah, we'll just see what happens. It's 1:20 now. If the rain, that should only take maybe about 3 hours with 2 headers going. So yeah, we'll see. The boys might be able to get that one full. Once that one's full, I'm calling it. I will call it then. But yeah, it's good. We're getting more done than what I had anticipated. Now it's just unfortunate it's not in bins and getting delivered straight away, but it's on the ground, it's in a bag, it's safe, and it'll take us with Brian. We do, I think, about 2 bags a day, and if he's got more trucks, which is what he's planning to do when we do debagging, we'll do probably 4 bags a day. Which, the limiting factor is us and trying to get it all debagged in time. So this is the bag that we put on before, so we haven't put on another one since. I'm going to see how many. Oh, of course it has to reload. I was going to show you guys the radar, and I don't have any signal now. Technology. Anyway, I was going to see how many folds we've got left. We've got to be coming towards the end of the bag shortly. I'd say we're at least 3/4. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull up after this bag, because whilst the rain isn't here yet, we won't miss the next lot, and that one will hit us, and we will be getting rain out of that one regardless. I'm gonna go up here and get some signal so I can show you on my phone. All right, I know it's the GoPro, but that rain missed us, but this rain up here that's coming down from Perth, so that's Perth, that's Kalgoorlie, that is going to hit us. And that is a dangerous rain, because when you see red, that's normally thunderstorms, which is what's sort of predicted. And thunderstorms do bring hail. And whenever you see red, yeah, it's never good seeing red, especially when that's going over farmland. You feel for whoever's underneath that. We're going to pull up before then. I don't want to, pull up and then have everything starting to get wet. I know that we're going to be pulling up probably, by the look of that, we're probably going to be pulling up probably about 1 or 2 hours too early. But that's coming. I've got these 3 bags safely on the ground, and I think, like I said this morning, you don't doubt your decisions as you're going forward. So we are going to pull up, because with everything that I've got, all the resources I've got at the moment, and my gut feeling, and prior knowledge and history, I think it's the best thing to do. So we will pull up once this bag is full, and then wait for the rain essentially and see what happens. So with that, guys, I'm going to leave the video there. Thank you very much for watching. Yeah, I will, well, the next episode we'll see how much rain we got, and we'll see what we're up to. So I'll catch you in the next one.